This is part 2 of the video going over kindergarten sight words. We had left off talking about words where there's an O at the end of a tiny word. I just wanted to point out that actually I left off one exception from the list. So we have no, so, go, but the ones, and we pointed out that to and who don't follow that rule. And there's actually one more that doesn't follow that rule. It's the word do. So I guess in do, to, and who, the O actually makes an oo sound. We're getting close to the end now. So there are two words that have a vowel combination that we haven't seen before. Okay. And these words are N-E-W, the E-W you haven't seen before, and S-A-W, the A-W you have not seen before. So what do these actually sound like? Well, the E-W, has the sound oo, or in Britain, where Peppa comes from, it has the sound ew. So this is the word new or new. The AW has the sound all, just like the short O sound. So this is the word saw. Either I cut the wood with the saw, or I saw a good movie yesterday. The next set of words are colors. And so you recognize colors very well. Here's the word black. Here's the word brown. Remember the combination OW says owl. And finally, here's white. And as a reminder, white is a magic E word, where this E jumps over and makes the I say its name. Also, in this word white, WH makes the sound of W, just W. The next group of words are just very short two-syllable words. This is the word INTO. It is actually made out of two little words that you already know, in and to. Remember, here, this O, this word is kind of an exception, right? You'd think it sounds like toe or tall, but it's to. So this is the word into, into, into. This is the word UNDER. We can split it up right here. This is the word under. The word under. The next set of words kind of have funny vowels. The vowel sounds that they make don't really fit what you would expect. So these you might have to just kind of memorize. Now the first one, actually there's a good pattern to it, okay? A-L-L. Now you would think that maybe A-L makes the sound owl, 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 and in fact it does. For instance, there are people who are called Al. It's short for Albert. But A-L-L actually makes the sound, is actually the word all. Now this is worth remembering, all, because you get a bunch of words that rhyme with it and are spelled the same way, such as ball, call, fall. Now these aren't part of your kindergarten sight word list, but I just thought I'd mention that. So ALL is all. Now the rest of these are a little crazy. This is the word ARE is the word R. D-O, we talked about this before, is the word do. It's not daw or do, it's do. Just like T-O is the word to. This is the word do. H-A-V-E is the word have. You might think that this was a magic E word, that this would jump over and make this say have, but it's not. It's have. This is the word want. It's not want, but it's want. Doesn't make sense. This is the word was. If you remember the word is, I-S, right? The S makes a Z sound. This is kind of the same way. The S makes a Z sound. So this is the word was. Next, we have a few other funny words. This is the word F-O-U-R, or F-O-U-R. Okay. This is the number 4. Okay. But it's pronounced exactly the same way as the word F-O-R, which you've already learned. This means I gave him 4 presents. This is I meant those presents for him. Okay, so that extra U, it's really not doing anything in terms of making a sound. But this is the number 4, and this is the other word for. This, P-R-E-T-T-Y. This is the word pretty. Now, the thing that's a little weird about this word is that this E here doesn't make an E sound, an eh sound. It sounds like it's I. So it's just pretty. And then there's this word, T-H-E-R-E. All I'll say about this is that in your last set of words, we already learned these 2 words, here and where. And they both end in E-R-E. This one does too. On these 3 words, they're all related. Because this is the word there. Here, there, and where. Here, there, and where. Now, by the way, if we rearrange these letters, we switch the R over here, becomes the word 3, which you have encountered in a previous word list as well. And then let's go to the last set of words, and these are words that begin with WH. Now, as I've mentioned before, WH has the sound of W. Okay, so WH sounds like W. All right, so there are 2 words in your current list. Actually, more than 2 words, but there are 2 words I'm going to talk about right now that start with WH, and they are what and who. We talked about who already. Who is weird in a bunch of ways. Its vowel is wrong, and actually it's an exception because WH doesn't make the W sound. It actually makes the H sound. So this is just learn the fact that this is the word who. This is the word what. W-H-A-T is what. Not what, but what. Now in English, there are actually 5 famous words that all start with WH that are used to ask questions. And these are 2 of the words, what and who. Now I've put the other 3 words here, just so you know they're definitely coming. You need to know them. Okay, they are when, where, and why. By the way, in Britain, the land of Peppa, some people will pronounce these W sounds really funny. The WH, they'll actually say hua. So you'll hear people say what instead of what. But anyways, so these WH words are used to ask questions like, what happened? Who made it happen? When did it happen? Where did it happen? Why did it happen? But anyways, the words that are a part of the kindergarten sight words are what and who. And finally, the last word is a word that we've already talked about, and you recognize this word because it's a color, and it's also a magic E word, and it sounds like white, white.